Hi, Stefan talking to the world here. So last week we talked about personality, and I thought this week we get something to talk about life. I mean, that's something I've been thinking about over the last few days. That's probably why I didn't post it up early as I normally would have, but it's something I've been thinking about. I mean, life changed. Everybody changed in life. And that's kind of the different thing about us. After all, I mean, we're not always the same, like I said about in our personality segments. I mean, we go every day. We get up, we go to work hard, come home, relax with your family, friends, and you kind of just repeat day in, day out, live paycheck to paycheck. Unless you're one of those who can make a lot of money, no problem. Kudos. But I find that life can be challenging and hard for everybody, and you know what it is. I mean, it's not something you can get across very easily. It's not something you can work on. It's not something you can make a difference. But it is certainly something we have to. It's something you have to work on. I mean, life is a challenge. It's tough. It's obstacle. It's like, I guess the best way to describe it is like playing a video game or reading a book. You're always trying to imagine. You're always trying to find your way to achieve your goal. And I know that's not always the case. I mean, sometimes you fight it for your family, sometimes you fight it for yourself, sometimes you just need to find a purpose, a will to get up to do something. And that's usually hard, especially for someone who's alone or by themselves or don't have much going on with their lives. And that they just kind of, you know, win it. Go to day, talk to people, but really, when at the end of the day, when you go home, you sit down, you watch the TV, you play video games, or you go to bed, or you occasionally talk to some people. I mean, in the end, we're all alone, right? In the end, we all die alone. It may not seem like that. We do have families, we do have friends, we do have other people that supports us in other ways. Right. But life, it's a challenge. It's really hard to get through, and it's really hard to fight the power to be. And I know that it is hard to fight. I mean, what can we do? Like, how can we make our lives so much easier? Being positive. Some people say being positive is one way of going. It's one way to look at it. And you know what? I agree. You know, being positive does help boost morale. It helps boost who you are. Like, your personality makes you think. And, you know, I'm a deep thinker. I have to think of these things. I have to look at a different angle. I mean, today, talking to a friend who's thinking about changing jobs or changing careers. And you know what? And that occurred to me like, yeah, changes happens all the time. Even though that person's never going to be there for the rest of your life, or their person's not going to be around you for a long time. The same as yourself. You know you're not going to be there for that person forever, or hanging around with that person for a very long time. Or anything in that reference. I mean, let's take school for example. You spent 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years in school, right? Where you get your education, you have your friends, you have your family, and everybody's all around you. But as soon as you graduate, everybody goes their separate ways. And that kind of continues in life as is. Everybody goes in their separate ways. No matter what you do. And it's nothing you can really do about it. And that sucks. Because in a way, you kind of want to keep the perfect moment. You want to keep the perfect memory all together. But yet, we all tend to fall. And we always fall on our backs. But yet, we always manage to get up on our feet and strive through an everyday daily life. I mean, it's kind of incredible. I mean, you have that willpower, you have that ability to get up and continue on. Whether if it changes your life or affects your life. I mean, you kind of have to be strong. You have to be willful, and sometimes you have to ask yourself, what if? And I always ask myself, what if? I mean, come on now. Every day, we do things we gotta do, and you gotta do this to survive. And sometimes money is not always there. Money is a luxury. And buying a nice thing is a luxury. But we have to have it essential. You gotta live in this building, like an apartment or house or anything like that. Car, grocery, food, entertainments, all comes at a price. And yet we have to work hard to get those nice things, those luxuries. And some of us may not have to. I mean, some of us may be clever, like inventors, or know how to save money really well, or know how to invest in, or stocks or whatever, right? But we do what we gotta do to survive. It's a survival of the fittest. It's the world has always been that way. It's been like that for millenniums, from the day one, from many, many, many years ago, from evolutions. And I know I'm kind of rambling on, but what I'm trying to say is that life is challenging, life is hard, and that you can't take anything for granted. You have to look and appreciate every day that you have and appreciate everything you got and how you got those things. Especially, you got to appreciate your family. You got to love your family. I mean, your family is the one that helps you become who you are and grow you up in the rest of your life, as well as helping you through your school years until you graduated, until you put yourself on your own. And that when you're on your own, you kind of see things differently. You kind of see it through their eyes. You kind of see it in others, and you realize it's not always that easy as it seems. I mean, it can be easy if you know what you're doing and know where you're going and how to handle certain things. But that's not always the case. That's just pretty much lying to yourself. Like, yeah, like I know what I'm doing. No, nobody will ever do. Nobody really has. Even if you have a plan, the plan is just something that's like a safety net, something you can fall back on, thinking like, everything seems to be falling into place. It's kind of working out, but not everything works out. Not everything comes to play. Not everything falls into pieces. Life will bite you in the ass when it can, and it will. And it will try every day to challenge you. And you're going to get stressed, and stress is pretty much a common thing. You're always going to get stressed no matter what you do. But, I learned from somebody from a show or a series that I watched, like, instead of just trying to make yourself feel better, why not just feel? Just feel everything, let it go through you. And you know what? It can work. It helps. For sure. I mean, you're feeling everything, you let it flow through your body, and then you just let it go. Just let it go. It's not worth holding it in all the time. And yeah, I'm the type of person who likes to hold things in and not tell anybody or anything like that. I'm like anti-social or whatever, but not meaning I'm not free spirit, but I am free spirit. But one way or another, life sucks. But you know what? It gets better. It gets better every day. You gotta keep your chin up, look high, and just fight through the pain. Fight through the stress, fight through everything. Because in the end, you know what you're fighting for. You know what you want. You know what you want to become. You know what your goal. And me, I have goals, and I have plenty of goals to do. You have to find something to do. You have to find something that gives you meaning or whatever, right? After all, mine just happened to be a little whiteboard of things that I need to work on. If I can look at it. Yeah. Just certain things, to work on, kind of improve you every day. Like this gives me something to do, something to look for, something to work up from. That's one of the things. Living a single life, you have more time on your hand than ever. I'm not saying I choose to be single. It happens. And you know what? It's okay. You kind of deal with it. You work with it, right? And you know what? Single's not always a bad thing. It's not always the greatest thing either. But having a relationship, another thing that's we're going to be talking down the road. What relationship is, what it means, what love is, and all that kind of fun stuff. But as far as I know, life will always be a challenge. And a challenge you can accept. Pretend it's like an Xbox. It's like an achievement to work towards you. You just have to keep fighting, never give up, and soon you will unlock that achievement. And that achievement will just say, life hacked. Okay. Anyway, This is Devin talking to the world, just sharing my thoughts and my minds. Give it a thumbs up if you agree with some of the things I say. Thumbs down if you totally disagree. Comment what you think about life is and what life means to you. This is Devin talking to the world. See you next time.